Thank you so much, Dharmendra sir. Your teaching was really very helpful. आपने बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ाया और जो बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट समझने में हेल्प की. And I'm very sure that many more good ranks in coming years are going to come from this institute.
Oh, there you go. Fine.
First of all, I think it's a great honor, great privilege to come here and be in front of you all. Thank you so much for coming. And आगे बढ़ने से पहले सबसे पहले आपसे क्षमा चाहूँगा कि थोड़ा लेट हो गया. मुझे नहीं पता था दिल्ली का ट्रैफिक कितना कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो मैं आपके साथ शेयर करना चाहूँगा. कुछ बातें हैं जो हमारे इस सफ़र में रही हैं. Some of the things, some of the experiences which I had during this journey of preparation. I would like to share them with you. And I would also like to hear maybe some questions from you in the end for some small period of time. But yeah, I again promise that I'll definitely try to come here, sometime later as well whenever we get time. So ज़्यादा टेंशन लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. Okay? हाँ. India is the largest democracy in the world, right? But are we the best functioning democracy in the world? Probably not. Okay. So we have this, this distinction of being the largest democracy in the world. We are a country which is democratic and yet has one of the largest populations in the world. But at the same time, when we talk about democracy, it's not only the procedural aspect of it, but also substantive democracy, which is as well important. And when we talk about substantive democracy, we are talking about outcomes. We are talking about, those results which a democratic process is actually supposed to give. Okay? एक इलेक्शन का मतलब खाली सरकार चुनना नहीं है, एक बेहतर सरकार चुनना है, राइट? इसी तरह से जितने भी डेमोक्रेटिक इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं हमारे, चाहे वो पार्लियामेंट हो, चाहे वो हमारी असेंबलीज हो, इन सब का एक फंक्शन है. दैट फंक्शन डिफाइंस द सबस्टेंस, जो इस डेमोक्रेसी का सबस्टेंस है. ओके, इलेक्शन इज अगेन अ प्रोसीजर, लेकिन इलेक्शन से बेहतर गवर्नमेंट चुनना इज अ सबस्टेंटिव आउटकम. सो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट सबस्टेंटिव डेमोक्रेसी, समथिंग इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. That is the kind of governance we have. Okay? कि हम लोग, हमारी जो प्रशासन है, हमारी जो गवर्नमेंट है, ये गवर्नमेंट कैसे काम करती है, कितना अच्छा काम करती है, that is what is more important to us than the government itself. जैसे अभी की सरकार का है, more governance and less government. Okay? So we are talking about more governance. We are talking about better governance. Or better governance in which scenario? Better governance in the situations, in the circumstances we as a country live in. On one side we have huge young population. On one side we have large number of resources. On one side we have some of the best brains leading the corporates in the world. But on the other side we have huge disparities, we have huge inequities. There are huge sections in our population which are still far, far away from the fruits of good governance and fruits of development. कि एक तरफ हमारा जो देश है, एक तरफ हमारी देश में बहुत बड़ी युवा पॉपुलेशन है, हमारे पास बहुत बड़े रिसोर्सेज हैं. हम इस समय, if you look at present, we are one of the fastest growing economies in the world, aren't we? Yes. But at the same time, the problems we have, we often call them scale problems. If you talk about, say, number of children out of school, it's again in millions. If you talk about children who are out of, say, immunization net, it's again in millions. जब हम मैटरनल मोर्टिलिटी रेट की बात करते हैं या इन्फेंट मोर्टिलिटी रेट की बात करते हैं, these numbers are huge. अगर हम परसेंटेज वाइज देखेंगे इनको, परसेंटेज शायद कम होगा, but the number is huge. So ये scale problems, they define the boundaries, they define the pitch in which we all have to work. Okay? So in this all overview that I was trying to give you comes the importance of a civil servant. Okay, this examination, say UPSC Civil Service examination, is not an end. Okay, it's just a means. It's a means to an end, and that end is the service. Okay, our civil service, and the purpose and objective of that civil service is to improve, is to brighten, is to provide better standard and quality of life to the people of this country. So इस सब भाषण का मतलब ये था कि जब हम एग्जाम के बारे में बात करते हैं, से सिविल सर्विस एग्जामिनेशन की बात करते हैं, तो there are three things which I think are very important. One is what is this examination? What is this examination all about? दूसरा है how to clear this examination. Probably you are more interested in that, right? Yes. But there's one more thing, why? Okay, so why do we want to appear in this examination? Why do we want to clear this examination? हम लोग इस एग्ज़ाम में अपेयर क्यों होना चाहते हैं? हम लोग इस एग्ज़ाम को क्लियर क्यों करना चाहते हैं? हम लोग IAS या जो भी चाहे सेंट्रल सर्विसेज हो या ऑल इंडिया सर्विसेज हैं, हम उनमें आना क्यों चाहते हैं? दैट इज़ द वाई पार्ट ऑफ इट. तो एज एन एस्पिरेंट, our eyes, our focus cannot be only on how and what. It has to start, our preparation has to start from the point why. Okay, why do we want to become civil servants? What's it that's driving us? What's it that wants us to reach that level? What's it that wants us to clear all those hurdles, clear this examination and become a civil servant? So what I'm talking about is the basic motivation for our preparation. So the first thing that I'm trying to tell you here is, it's very, very important to have very good reasons. It's very important to convince yourself, convince your heart and your mind why you want to clear this examination in the first place. Because the moment you're able to convince yourself, जब आप अपने आप को ये बता पाते हैं कि ये एग्ज़ाम मेरे लिए इम्पोर्टेंट क्यों है, मेरे लिए IAS बनना इम्पोर्टेंट क्यों है, तो उसके बाद जब भी आप मेहनत करोगे, वो आपको मेहनत नहीं लगेगी, वो आपको खेल लगेगा. It will be fun and playful. Okay, so that's one part of it. इसलिए जब भी जो भी प्रिपरेशन करें, आई थिंक दिस इज़, अक्सर क्या होता है जब इंटरव्यू आता है तो कई सारे लोग अपने टीचर से पूछते हैं, सर क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, व्हाई डू यू वांट टू कम इनटू सिविल सर्विस, इसका जवाब क्या दें? आई मीन अगर आप इंटरव्यू के स्टेज पे इसका जवाब किसी टीचर या किसी और से या किसी बुक से ढूंढना शुरू करता है, आई डोंट थिंक द होल पर्पस इज सर्व्ड एट ऑल. ओके, yeah, then comes the next part of it, the how part of this examination. So now you convince yourself that you want to clear this examination, you want to get through, you want to become a civil servant, and you have some larger purpose, you have some larger goal in your mind. उससे क्या होगा, अगर आप सिविल सर्वेंट नहीं भी बनेंगे, अगर आप एग्जाम क्लियर भी नहीं करेंगे, still you will be a good and better contributor to the society. Okay. Yes, now I'll come to the what part of this examination. Another important aspect of our preparation has to be what? Trying to know this examination. Trying to know, इस एग्ज़ाम को पहचाने हम लोग कि एग्ज़ाम है क्या. Okay? अब है का क्या मतलब है, हर किसी को पता है 3 स्टेज हैं, प्रीलिम्स है, मेंस है, पर्सनालिटी टेस्ट है. All the 3 stages have a purpose. इनका एक मतलब है, इनका एक they have a goal. कुछ चाहते हैं ये तीनों stages एग्ज़ाम के. It's very important for us to identify those nuances. ठीक है, ये चीज़ें हमारे लिए समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है कि ये एग्ज़ाम हमसे चाहता क्या है. ओके, इस एग्ज़ाम को जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है. इसके लिए सिंपल वे, गो थ्रू UPSC वेबसाइट, डाउनलोड जो भी नोटिफिकेशन है, सिलेबस है, go through every bit of it, try to know it. Yes, preliminary में we have paper 1, paper 2. What are the things that are being asked in paper 1? Paper 2 में क्या क्या चीज़ें पूछी जाती हैं, paper 1 में क्या क्या चीज़ें पूछी जाती हैं, जो टॉपिक्स हैं या जो उनके सब टॉपिक्स क्या हैं. Get into details of it. जब आप किसी भी चीज़ को कहते हैं ना, माइन्यूट डिटेल्स में जब आप चीज़ों को पढ़ते हैं, things become very easy to you. ऐसा होता है ना, when you look at say something, if I look at this crowd from a distance, it will look like chaos. मुझे लगेगा पता नहीं क्या है ये. Then if I look closely at each one of you, I'll find each one of you has a name. each one of you has a residence, I can identify each one of you, right? That same has to be the approach of this. Try to identify each element of this examination. Okay, in main examination you have 4 GS papers, you have 2 optional papers, you have an essay paper, etc, etc. So yes, what is the demand of this paper? What is the demand of GS1? What is the demand of GS2? अब demand का मतलब खाली ये नहीं है कि एग्ज़ाम में क्या क्या आएगा, क्वेश्चंस ही नहीं है. आई गिव यू अ सिंपल एग्जांपल. आजकल हर किसी को पता है आर्ट एंड कल्चर इज एक पोर्शन है जिसमें से कई सारे क्वेश्चन आते हैं, प्री में भी आते हैं, इवन यू गेट गुड क्वेश्चंस इन मेंस एज वेल. तो कई बार बंदा सोचता है ठीक है यार क्यों पूछ रहे हैं, राइट? बट इफ़ यू लुक एट द सेम टाइम आज के से प्रेजेंट गवर्नमेंट की फॉरेन पॉलिसी, there's one important element of, one important pillar of present government's foreign policy is cultural diplomacy, right? आपने पूरा बुद्धिस्ट सर्कल या जो मोदी जी क्योटो टेम्पल गए, पशुपतिनाथ टेम्पल, एवरीथिंग, you know those, right? इसका क्या मतलब है? इसका मतलब है अगर हम आर्ट एंड कल्चर पढ़ते हैं, it's not just for scoring some marks in examination, it also has a purpose, okay? So हमें इस तरीके से इन चीज़ों को देखना चाहिए. सिमिलरली फॉर एग्जांपल एनवायरनमेंट एंड इकोलॉजी एक अच्छा पोर्शन है जो एग्जाम में आता है, बट यू नो दैट इन प्रेजेंट वर्ल्ड वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम्स एंड बिगेस्ट challenges we have is that of climate change, is that of environmental degradation. So it's important, it's imperative for us that if we are future policy makers, if we are future decision makers, we ought to know the nitty-gritties of an issue as big, as huge as environmental degradation, right? Yes. So that has to be the approach. हमारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग तभी अच्छी हो सकती है अगर हमारे लिंकेजेस अच्छे हों चीज़ों के. Okay? So try to also identify those linkages in different things that you read, different, okay? ये कोई चीज़ हो गया. I am here, I'm not a genius. My average IQ would be, I think, less than maybe majority of you. But there's one thing which I always held, which kept close to my heart, that was hard work. I never stopped working hard. And every, कोई भी टॉपर आए या कोई भी दूसरा बंदा यहाँ आए who has cleared the examination, whether he accepts it or not, hard work has been the key. There's a quotation, I had read it back in 12th standard, I still remember it. It says, it's not the hours put in work that matters, but it's the work put in hours that matters.
Yes.
Okay? इस बात से ये नहीं है कि आप कितने घंटे पढ़ते हो, बट आप इन घंटों में कितना पढ़ते हो वो इम्पोर्टेंट है, राइट? इसलिए हार्ड वर्क ठीक है, हार्ड वर्क के साथ साथ जो हम कहते हैं ना स्मार्ट वर्क इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट. तो इसके लिए इम्पोर्टेंट ये है कि आप एक टाइम टेबल बनाएं. टाइम टेबल बहुत ज़रूरी है क्योंकि टाइम टेबल इज़ अ वे ऑफ शोइंग दैट यू आर डिसिप्लिन्ड. एक डिसिप्लिन होता है ना, डिसिप्लिन इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन एवरी एस्पेक्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ. सो इज़ इट इन प्रिपरेशन. सो हमारे लिए डिसिप्लिन का मतलब है हम एक प्रॉपर टाइम टेबल बनाएं. यू गेट अप अर्ली इन द मॉर्निंग or late in the morning depending on your convenience. Then you decide that say first 2 hours I'll spend on reading newspapers, then after that say another 3-4 hours you will study your optional subject, then another 5 hours you will be studying your GS. That can be some sort of a timetable. So it's a 2-dimensional timetable. One is daily, another is weekly. So but the focus should be, you should not skip things, you should not miss things, you should try to cover entire syllabus. You should get time to revise them properly. You should regularly, periodic revisions are very important. And you should also make sure that you meet your targets. Okay? अगर आप कोई टारगेट सेट करते हैं, मैं एक हफ्ते में इतना पढ़ूंगा, इतना पढ़ूंगी, you should make sure that you follow it. No? Otherwise there's no fun. कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो मुझे लगा, जो मैं टिप्स समझो आप या खुद के एक्सपीरियंसेस 2 साल में या द वे आई कुड इम्प्रूव माई रैंक फॉर द सेकेंड टाइम, जो मुझे लगा काफ़ी जिन चीज़ों की वजह से हुआ. फर्स्ट इज़ न्यूज़पेपर्स. इफ़ यू आर नॉट रीडिंग न्यूज़पेपर्स एवरी डे एंड दैट टू प्रॉपरली, देन यू शुड कंसिडर दैट यू आर नॉट प्रिपेयरिंग एट ऑल. अगर आप अखबार न्यूज़पेपर डेली नहीं पढ़ते हैं, अच्छे से नहीं पढ़ते हैं, देन यू आर नॉट प्रिपेयरिंग. The kind of questions that come right now, be it in prelims, be it mains, and even in your personality test, at least somewhere around 50-60 odd % comes from the current affairs, comes from the newspapers and the other news sources that you have. So make this habit that read newspaper every day. थोड़ा सा essay के बारे में बता देता हूँ. So last year I got 139, this year I got 147 in essay. सो essay के लिए भी आंसर राइटिंग, essay राइटिंग इज़ इम्पोर्टेंट. ओके, यू शुड प्रैक्टिस राइटिंग essays. लेकिन इससे पहले जो सबसे ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है वो है टॉपिक को समझना. Okay, whenever you are writing an essay, or even for that matter, whenever you are answering any question, try to understand the question very well. And once you have understood the topic well, after that, try to make an outline. By outline, I mean, try to rough sketch type. Okay, that what are the things that you're going to write? What are the dimensions that you're going to touch? एक और चीज़ है जो हम अक्सर गलती करते हैं. से अगर एक essay है, लेकिन क्वेश्चन क्या था? Elections are an important aspect of procedural democracy. This essence is an important aspect of procedural democracy. या और एग्जाम्पल दे देता हूँ. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर ऐसा है, सोशल मीडिया इज एन इम्पॉर्टेंट पिलर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी. तो ये ऐसे ना सोशल मीडिया पे है ना डेमोक्रेसी पे है. ये ऐसे किस पे है? दैट हाउ सोशल मीडिया इज अनदर पिलर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी. ओके, सो दिस डिफाइंस द क्रैक्स. हमें ये नहीं करना कि हम पहले सोशल मीडिया लिखने लग गए 500 वर्ड, फिर डेमोक्रेसी लिखने गए 500 वर्ड, फिर वो 100 में से 125 में से हमें 25 नंबर देता है. ओके, सो द essence and the crux has to be retained. ओके, सो लास्ट तक हमें भटकना नहीं है इससे. यस यस. What is my strategy to qualify the mains? I'll tell you the strategy of second attempt. कहते हैं ना SWOT analysis. How many of you heard of it? Strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. That SWOT analysis has to be the first thing. तो मेरी strategy में यही था. First, I looked at what are my the strength areas. I had got GS1 में 110 last year, so I could easily figure out I'm very good at GS1. And probably I could improve my score in GS1 as well. I got 125 this time. So remember, understand, try to find out your strengths and your weaknesses. Now when you have identified your weaknesses, you have to overcome them. You have to fill those gaps.
Yeah, but I want to know that what is your strategy to cover your optional, and what is your strategy to cover your TS, what is the mean, and what is the ratio of these two portions?
What is the say चक्कर ये है, अगर मैं आपको बताऊंगा it would create an issue. While it create an issue, मुझे ऑप्शनल में ज़्यादा ज़रूरत थी. I spend more time. अगर मैं बताऊंगा मैं ऑप्शनल 5 घंटे पढ़ता था, GS 4 घंटे पढ़ता था, आप में से आधे लोग कल से वही करना शुरू कर देंगे, which may not be suitable for you. So what I'm simply saying is try to find out where you lack. But optional is very important. Optional is very scoring. It decides your merit, whether you are inside the list or not. It's largely now decided by your optional, your essay and your interview marks. GS, everybody is getting good score, so GS is not a big problem now, but optional is. So your main focus has to be on optional when it comes to individual papers. आप optional को GS1 की तरह नहीं treat कर सकते. You have to at least consider it as a 2 or 3 subjects together, 2 or 3 papers together. So spend considerable amount of time on your optional subject. Okay, try to चक्कर क्या है, जैसे GS है, GS में you are supposed to know things, lot of things, but किसी level तक, it's not to an expert level. You're not supposed to be an expert in international relations, but you're supposed to be aware of what are the things happening across the world, how our relationships as a country are evolving with different countries, be they neighbors or great powers. But when you talk about optional, so you have to be very strong in your optional subject.
How to cover philosophy as an optional paper?
How to cover philosophy as an optional paper?
Just to focus mainly on paper, basically on paper 1 or paper 2, which would is supposed to
focus both. No. I'll tell you why. What happens is in paper 1 it's more objective. Objective means there are things you have read them, you have to write them straight away there. अगर आप वहाँ पे पढ़ के आप वहाँ पे लिख देते हो, you'll get good marks. But in paper 2 it's more dicey, it's more subjective. Your own reasoning, your own other scholarship, your own reading, apart from your regular subjects, apart from your normal books, also counts in. So you have to score good and score good in all subjects.
Can you suggest some books or?
बुक्स तो एक तो कुछ रेगुलर बुक्स इंस्टीट्यूट में पढ़ते हैं, वहाँ का मटेरियल भी है. दे हैव ऑल्सो गॉन थ्रू दिस बुक्स, दे हैव कंपाइल्ड दिस मटेरियल, रीड दिस मटेरियल एज वेल. आपका न्यूज़पेपर का भी चीज़ें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है.
Having the mechanical engineering background, So how to proceed the philosophy?
Doesn't matter whatever your background is, philosophy is a very wonderful subject, but there are certain bottom lines. Bottom lines is, इसका लोग कहते हैं philosophy का syllabus थोड़ा कम है, लेकिन इसका syllabus is very deep. It's very deep, it's very subtle. ठीक है, every term you read, it has a theory behind it. Okay? तो क्या करना है, जो बेसिक फंडामेंटल्स हैं उनको स्ट्रॉन्ग करना है. इसके साथ साथ एक और चीज़ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, दैट इज़ टू हैव अ हॉलिस्टिक पिक्चर. से फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर वेस्टर्न फिलोसफी में कोई भी फिलोसोफर है, इसकी हमारे सिलेबस में 5 चीज़ें, से फ्रीडम एंड डिटर्मिनिज्म, गॉड एंड सोल. आपको खाली यही चीज़ें नहीं पढ़नी है. फर्स्ट ट्राई टू गेट एन ओवरव्यू ऑफ द फिलोसफी एज सच. उससे क्या होगा, आप जब उसकी फिलॉसफी के बारे में इन जनरल पढ़ते हो, इट्स नॉट दैट जो चीज़ें सिलेबस के बगैर हैं वो क्वेश्चन में आएंगी, बट दिल हेल्प यू अंडरस्टैंड द अदर थिंग्स बेटर. अंडरस्टूड? सो अगर आप उसका पूरा जो पैराडाइम है, उसका जो पूरा फ्रेम है, उसको समझते हैं थोड़ा सा, तो फिर जो चीज़ें आपके सिलेबस में हैं उसको आप आंसर बेटर कर सकते हो, उसको आप बेटर समझ सकते हो. प्रॉपर एंड फोकस स्टडी, यू कैन डू इट, यू कैन क्लियर एग्जामिनेशन वेरी वेल. So answer writing is again very important for paper 4 because it's subjective. ठीक है, हो सकता है आपका आंसर दूसरे के आंसर से completely different हो, yet both may be equally good, but that answer writing has to be there. So interview experience, it was wonderful, मज़ा आया. Last year क्या हुआ था, when I went inside last year, okay, तो उन्होंने मेरा नाम पढ़ा, लंबा है नो, अत्थर आमिरुल शफी खान. So he said, what chairman said, so what's your first name? I said, my first name is Athar, but my parents call me Amir. He said, okay, we'll also call you Amir because we are like your parents. I was like, wonderful, my God. So this is the way last year's interview started, and it went well, but I think in the end I was not at my best when we came towards the concluding part of it. But this time my interview started a bit slow, but till the end it became pretty good. I'll tell you some of the questions that were asked, some of the areas. जैसे मैंने पहले बोला था कि इंडिया का मैच हुआ था, शायद जो सेमीफाइनल था, हार गई थी इंडिया. किसके साथ था? वेस्ट इंडीज़ के साथ. Had you been the captain of Indian cricket team, what changes would have you done in the batting order or whatever? So I had seriously not watched, कल का मैच नहीं देखा था, but I had read the news कि ऐसा हार गए थे. So I said, had I been the captain, I would have wished Dhoni comes slightly higher up in the order. I think he can consolidate the inning well. So ऐसा कुछ something like that. Then I think he realized that इस बंदे को क्रिकेट के बारे में कुछ नहीं आता. Then they went on to IR. They asked me questions on Syrian crisis, on Ukraine crisis, on Yemen crisis, also on role of Russia in Syria. Because just day before, one day before the interview, Russia had withdrawn its air troops and that jets from Syria. Syria and Russia ने वहाँ पे अपने jets और fighter jets भेजे थे. It had withdrawn. So what was the role of Syria? What was the role of Russia in Syrian crisis, and to what extent has it influenced the outcomes और जो भी है उसके बारे में. They also asked me some questions about NATO. Okay, role of NATO in Ukraine crisis, and Brexit was very much in news. So they asked me some questions about Brexit. Like one question was, okay, do you know what is Brexit? I said yes. So tell me, why do some people in Britain want to exit from European Union? Okay, so I told some answer. Why should UK not leave EU? And why does EU not want UK to leave EU? So these are some connected questions. Then they asked me some questions about Central Asia as well. Then they came to my home state, Jammu and Kashmir. I was expecting a lot of questions on it. They did. They asked me some questions about economic opportunities in J&K. What are the different areas in which we can create more employment? How can we infuse, more strength into the secondary sector in J&K? इसी टूरिज्म के बारे में कई सारे क्वेश्चन पूछे, हॉर्टिकल्चर के बारे में क्वेश्चन पूछे, एप्पल कल्टिवेशन के बारे में कई सारे क्वेश्चन पूछे. देयर वाज वन गुड क्वेश्चन, व्हाट हैज़ बीन द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ liberalization and globalization on Apple industry in Kashmir? I found it a very wonderful question. So some questions were like that. Then they asked me some questions about trekking, about my writing, etc. And in the end, the guy was very nice, and I thank him so much. He asked me, okay, your optional is philosophy. I said yes. He said, have you read some Western philosophers? I said yes. He said, tell me, what is Bertrand Russell's philosophy? I said, there could not be a better question in Western philosophy than Bertrand Russell. So I went on, I spoke for about 4 minutes or 5 minutes on Bertrand Russell. Then I thought he might be bored. Then he asked me next question, जिससे मुझे खुशी हुई. इसने कहा, who is the next philosopher who took Bertrand Russell's work forward? Okay, so he was referring to Wittgenstein. Okay, so Ludwig Wittgenstein. So then I said, okay, I said Ludwig Wittgenstein. He said, tell me something about Wittgenstein's philosophy. Then I started with earlier Wittgenstein and the later Wittgenstein and all. So that's how it concluded. Anything else?
सर आपको पर्सनल मोटिवेशन
कई सारी पर्सनल मोटिवेशंस रही हैं. मुझे लगता है सर्विस अपने आप में मोटिवेशन है. मेरे घर में मेरे ग्रैंडफादर, ही इज़ एन इलिटरेट पर्सन, डजंट नो हाउ टू रीड एंड राइट. ही हैज़ बीन द बिगेस्ट इंस्पिरेशन इन माई लाइफ. बचपन से आज तक यार जितना मैंने उनको मेहनत करते हुए देखा, नॉट ओनली मेहनत, एक होता है ना कि प्रिंसिपल्ड मेहनत मतलब आप सही ही करोगे, अच्छे काम में ही मेहनत करोगे. ही हैज़ बीन बिग इंस्पिरेशन. और उनको जो पढ़ाई, तालीम, एजुकेशन के प्रति जितना लगाव मैंने उनमें देखा, कभी किसी में नहीं देखा. आई स्वेयर, कहीं नहीं देखा. मैं स्कूल जाता था, ही वुड कम टू माई स्कूल. उनको खाली मैथ का नाम पता था, मैथ एक सब्जेक्ट है, साइंस एक सब्जेक्ट है. वो टीचर से पूछते कि मैं कश्मीरी में जैसे ये कुछ मैथ परान, मैथ सा तगान, इसको मैथमेटिक्स आता है कि नहीं, इसको साइंस आता है कि नहीं, कभी कभी ये स्कूल आता है कि नहीं, ये 1 बजे जो ब्रेक होती है, लंच ब्रेक के बाद घर भाग तो नहीं जाता है, क्लासेस अटेंड करता है कि नहीं. सो दैट कंसर्न, you know, that love for education, that love for knowledge, that has been a big motivation for me. Aim of my life is, जिस दिन मैं, you know, maybe my last day in my life, जब मैं मरने वाला हूँगा, I be able to, you know, look at myself and say that I have lived a useful life.